The Nightbeat starts right now.
Straight ahead on the Nightbeat, 2 homes hit and a car sprayed by gunfire in the middle of the night. The suspected drive-by shooter or shooters still on the run. What the people who had their property hit are saying about all this.
And a family financially hamstrung after a near-death experience weeks after a crash with the suspected drunk driver. A mother of 8 is still in the hospital. What her children are saying as they try to survive without her.
It is a sidewalk tribute for Juneteenth here in San Antonio, and it's made entirely out of chalk. But first,
a community in San Antonio on pins and needles after a drive-by shooting yesterday morning.
Yeah, no one was hit, but property was damaged, as you can see, and police have not found the shooter or shooters. That's why people in the area spoke out to our John Paul Barajas.
Because they're worried that whomever opened fire yesterday is going to come back.
I was awakened by gunshots. It sound like maybe 10.
Just before 4 a.m. Sunday on Shaneview Street on the far west side, homes were hit multiple times each by gunfire. This man who asked to remain anonymous says bullets pierced his car and garage 4 to 5 times.
You could hear bullets go through the garage.
Talk to me about the fear that you feel as a father when you hear bullets going through your garage door, not knowing where others could land or go through.
I hear a lot of stories about innocent people getting hit in situations like this. So, I mean, of course, yeah, the safety of the kids.
Luckily, no one was hit. This man says none of the bullets made it past his garage. And although his neighbor wasn't home when we were there, we noticed bullet holes in his garage door. The Bexar County Sheriff's Office believes this maroon vehicle may be responsible.
I've never seen it before. I've never seen it on this block.
So while he waits for police to arrest a shooter or shooters, this man plans to add extra surveillance around the house. And while his family won't have a car until they get a rental, they're wasting no time looking for somewhere else to live.
I feel safe in my home. That's all I want, and I don't, and now I want to move.
Has that crossed your mind?
It has crossed my mind. Yeah,
According to BCSO, the people that we did not speak to in this case, the victims next door, believe that this shooting is connected to another shooting from 2 months ago at the same location. But no arrests have been made in either case, which is why BCSO is asking anyone with information to call 210-335-6000. And you can remain anonymous. John Paul Barajas, KSAT 12 News.
John Paul, thank you. Just into our newsroom just a short time ago, San Antonio police need your help finding that little girl who you see on your screen. They say she was last seen early this afternoon. She's 7-year-old Amariana Benavides. She was last seen on Northwest Loop 410 near Ingram Park Mall. She was wearing a pink shirt, purple shorts, no shoes. She's around 4 feet tall. She's got black hair. If you see her or you know where she is, call police at the number that you see on your screen. It's 210-207-7660.
Also new in the KSAT 12 newsroom, the Wilson County Sheriff's Office is looking for this woman. She is 76-year-old Laura Waklazik. She was last seen at the River Bend Golf Course in Floresville this morning. That's just southwest of San Antonio.
She was last seen in a 2017 maroon Toyota Avalon with the Texas license plate LMW0924. Deputies say that she suffers from a medical condition and needs immediate help. So if you see her or you know where she is, you can call the Wilson County Sheriff's Office at the number on your screen. It's small there in red, but I'll read it to you. It's 830-393-2535. Now, a different developing story that we're following out of New Braunfels tonight, where firefighters and police are dealing with a hazmat situation.
Yeah, it's at the New Braunfels Smokehouse food production facility on North Gunther Avenue. Firefighters say a small ammonia leak has forced employee evacuations there. Nearby homes and businesses also being asked to evacuate the area as a precaution.
Now, there are no reports of any injuries. And of course, we're going to continue to follow the story both on air and online.
And on the Nightbeat, she made her presence known. A driver loses control, leaves behind a huge mess. It happened just a few hours ago on Oak Knoll Drive. That's not far from Evers and Callahan. That's where police say a woman in her 30s lost control of her vehicle on a curve in the road, crashed through one home's yard and into another home. No one seriously hurt. Police say the woman was not intoxicated.
Also new tonight, he was at the wrong place at the wrong time. One man is recovering after he was shot in the ankle. Happened around 4:30 this afternoon on Briar Place near South Flores and Pleasanton Road. Police say one man opened fire trying to shoot someone else, and the victim we just told you about got caught right in the middle. Investigators arrested the alleged shooter.
Questions tonight after the body of a San Antonio woman discovered on a beach today. It happened in Surfside, Texas, that's southwest of Galveston. Now, details are still limited. Right now, it is not clear what caused the woman's death. Her name has not been released. Brazoria County Sheriff's deputies do say she is a 53-year-old woman.
Tonight, 5 people dead after a head-on crash up in Comfort. State troopers say it happened after a car disregarded a no passing zone and crashed right into an oncoming car on Highway 87. All 4 people in the first car died, along with the driver of the other car, and at this point, we don't know their names. A suspected drunk driver leaves a family in turmoil. 3 weeks after their car was struck, a mother of 8 is still in the hospital.
Meanwhile, the alleged drunk driver out on bond awaiting indictment. The Night Team's Patty Santos talks to the victim's children who are struggling tonight.
And then the baby's car seat was like right here.
Their family car torn to pieces, much like their family's emotional and financial stability.
There is just no excuse.
Guadalupe Sariana is angry that an alleged drunk driver nearly killed her mother in a car full of family members.
They could have been fine. My mom should be at home with her kids right now.
Instead, 45-year-old San Juana Escalante is in the hospital, recovering from several broken bones to her left side. Injuries she got 3 weeks ago while on New Sulphur Springs Road near 410.
When I looked up, the airbag from my mom, it was all bloody. I saw that and I just started screaming.
14-year-old Esteban Reyes traumatized by their near-death experience. Sitting next to him was his little sister.
I saw my mom, she was stuck, the door collapsed on her, the wheel collapsed on her, mostly the whole engine collapsed on her.
The family tells me they were driving eastbound here on this road just 5 minutes from reaching home when they say the suspected drunk driver swerved in front of their lane.
According to court records, the driver, Vanessa Alvarado, is out on bond, awaiting indictment on a charge of intoxication assault.
It's hard not having her there.
The mother of 8 worked 2 jobs. The tragedy has been a blow to her family.
It's a sad reality, to be honest.
And the family has been told that their mother could be out of work and rehabilitation for up to a year and a half. So here's what the kids have been doing. They've been hosting fundraisers to pay for everyday living expenses as well as those medical bills. They also want some help finding the people that stopped that tragic night to comfort them during that incident. Steve, Stefania.
Thank you, Patty.
Record-breaking day today in San Antonio. High temperature of 105. That beats the old record by 2 degrees. Another record-challenging day tomorrow. We're going to get into that along with a few minor rain chances and an update on tropical activity. We have Brett in the Atlantic. See you in a bit.
Thank you, Adam. Juneteenth has been a day to remember and celebrate freedom for more than 150 years, but it's also a timeline of the enslaved people of Texas who were the last to hear about the Emancipation Proclamation that happened 2 years earlier.
Here's the thing, though. Despite not having an economy dependent on agriculture like in East Texas and in the Deep South, slavery was still here in Bexar County. County Clerk Assistant Raven Correa helped put together the Freedom exhibit at the county's archive building. She says that through their work, they learned that at one point in the county's history, nearly 30% of the population was enslaved. And Correa says that it's important to acknowledge that.
But there was still a lot of people being sold here, and that's still an important thing to know.
Now, Correa and the rest of the archives team say that they hope to know more about the history of plantations in Bexar County by this time next year. So hopefully by then we'll be talking more about history.
They came together just last month to honor the victims of the Robb Elementary shooting in Uvalde with a beautiful sidewalk chalk mural.
And now they're at it again, this time for Juneteenth. We want to show you the work in progress just a little while ago. That was at the Pearl Brewery. Local artist Lakey 360 is creating the piece entirely out of sidewalk chalk.
It's a way to reflect on the meaning behind the holiday. Be sure to go to check out the finished product at the Pearl.
So we know that San Antonio is a city rich with history, but for decades, much of the Alamo City's black history went untold. KSAT Explains unearthed several black success stories that were hidden in plain sight. For an in-depth look at the city's black history, just look for this story that you see on your screen under the KSAT Explains tab. Of course, it's on our website, ksat.com.
The time now for a look at some of today's big headlines in your Nightbeat News Flash. Cleanup continues in the Texas Panhandle following that deadly tornado that ripped through the small town of Perryton late last week. Today, Governor Greg Abbott giving an update on the state's response to the aftermath, saying local and state crews are on the ground restoring power to the area. The tornado hit the small town last Thursday, killing at least 4 people. The search for people continues as emergency response teams help out in the area. President Joe Biden in California today to announce new federal funding for climate resilience projects. It comes when tens of millions from Texas to Florida are facing severe storms and heat warnings. One project that Biden announced, a new project from NOAA aimed at helping coastal communities become more resilient to extreme weather events like storm surges and rising sea levels. And that's a look at your Nightbeat News Flash.
We want you to stick around. Still ahead on the Nightbeat, grabbing a bull by the horns, how a San Antonio restaurant's stolen statue was recovered. Also, search and rescue crews from several countries are now sweeping the North Atlantic looking for a missing tourist submarine. Everything that we know about the scary situation, it's up next.
The search and rescue crews in the North Atlantic in a race against time to find a missing tourist submarine that was en route to, check this out, the wreckage of the Titanic. Ocean Gate Expedition says they lost contact with their submarine and its 5 passengers less than 2 hours after it began its dive on Sunday morning. Ocean Gate says the 5 on board have enough oxygen to survive for 96 hours. The U.S. and Canadian Coast Guards are now scouring through 900 miles of water off the coast of Massachusetts, deploying radars and sonars capable of searching above and below the water.
We're working very closely at this point to make sure that we're doing everything that we can do to locate the submersible and rescue those on board.
They're not exactly sure what happened, still unclear what caused the sub to lose contact.
A restaurant's mascot is back where it belongs after the owner and its staff tracked it down with some hidden tech. You're going to like this. So Manolo the bull usually sits out front of the Taco Don Manolito in Stone Oak until a few weeks ago when someone just stole him. Owner David Barquette was out of the country when he heard the news, but then he remembered that he had hidden an Apple AirTag inside of Manolo. He told his staff, and they found Manolo sitting right in front of a house on the east side.
It was a very surprise. I mean, you can steal maybe an ashtray, maybe a glass, but how do you steal a 150-pound fiberglass bowl?
And have no one see you, right? Now, to prevent that kind of issue from happening again, Manolo the bull now sits inside of the restaurant whenever it's not open.
Notice how they lifted that guy up 150 pounds. Took the bull by the horns.
Oh.
They're actually
all right. I like that story. All right,
Okay,
91 degrees out there, and it is dangerously hot. Adam.
Yeah, real deal. You know, I don't often talk heat index because usually it's just a few degrees higher than the actual air temperature. But, last week, this week, yeah, it's the real deal and dangerously hot. Take a look at our trend. Today we were 105. We're expecting similar tomorrow, 104, which, by the way, would break the record high temperature for the day by 1 degree. So we are forecasting a record tomorrow. A little downward trend in temperatures, but it's nothing significant. I mean, we're talking 99 by Friday, but the heat index will be up to 115 locally at times in the afternoon and closer to 120 farther to the west over the next couple of days. Highs today, I got to point out Del Rio, 109. That is a record high for the day by 3 degrees. Cotulla, 116. That's the air temperature earlier today. Feeling the heat and even the humidity combined with it. 92 right now, dew point is 72, so it feels like we're at 99. Actually, compared to days past and last week, not bad by 10 o'clock to have our heat index under 100. That at 10 o'clock. That's our benchmark right now. 99 still for the air temperature in Cotulla, 99 in Hondo. We're 90 or 89 in Helotes and 93 Stinson on the south side. But it's the humidity, the thick humidity, the dew points well into the 70s that don't really mix down much in the afternoon when they typically would. I do think we will slowly see more of that mixing for the afternoons later this week as the ground continues to dry out from the relentless sunshine that we're getting. But these high dew points still making it feel like it's near 100. Actually, New Braunfels, it feels like temp right now of 104. Pleasanton right now feels like 102. We had a few storms pop up farther to the north, Hill Country, Edwards Plateau, and then that led to a few little light showers in and around parts of Bexar County, Kendall County, and even Comal County earlier, and even off to the west. It didn't add up to much except for just northeast of Junction. Radar estimates there of about 7 inches of rain, but we didn't see anything from that. We just had the blow-off clouds and even a few of the bubbling mammatus clouds. Not as spectacular as yesterday evening, but we saw a few. The heat high, the upper level high, it's centered just off to our west over Mexico. So we do have this northwesterly flow aloft, keeps the door open for some pop-up thunderstorms in the afternoons, and there's a slight chance of that the next several days. It's just going to be isolated. Let's talk about the tropics. First, we have Tropical Storm Brett, and right on its heels, a 60% chance of development. Now let's focus on Brett because that's the only real system that we have, and very early, by the way, for development in the eastern Atlantic due to the unusually warm sea surface temperatures. But this is likely to become a Category 1 hurricane by midweek, move into the Caribbean as a tropical storm, possibly a low-end Cat 1 hurricane, and by Saturday in the central Caribbean somewhere, maybe even near Puerto Rico. Still way too early to tell if it could impact the U.S. or even the Texas coast. As for tomorrow, we start the day at 79 at 7 a.m. and then by noon, we're already up to 95. But the rule of thumb, it's going to feel like it's about 10 degrees warmer than the air temperature. So at noon, feeling like 105. By 4 p.m., 104, but feels like 114. Even hotter, you get to Carrizo Springs, 112. Eagle Pass, 113. Del Rio about 112 tomorrow for the air temperatures, but it's going to feel much hotter when you factor in that humidity. Looking ahead, that slight chance tomorrow, 20% chance for the afternoon, especially north of town, and then the same thing, 10 to 20% the rest of the week, generally hill country.
Remember when you didn't have any 100s for a while?
Yeah.
That was nice.
That was
that
was a nice time.
But we did point it out, and we did enjoy it. We did say, hey, this is not normal.
True.
So, all right. Hi, Larry.
Hello.
So Wemby's in the U.S.?
He is, and I'll tell you what, there's some video that NBA Twitter put out there, and it's like a rock star welcome. Yeah. And Wemby was even saying, how do these people know my flight and when I was coming in? Because he was just giving out one autograph after another. Coming up, Wembanyama is here, touching down at Newark Liberty International today. Plus, Brian Wright, we talked to him, and he told us what makes Wemby so special. Coming up. Victor Wembanyama is now in New York as he waits to hear his name called Thursday night during the 2023 NBA Draft. The French League LNB Pro A Most Valuable Player is very good at basketball, as we all know, and he also has a very high basketball IQ. Any NBA team will be happy to draft him, but only one is in line to do that, and of course that's the San Antonio Spurs, who own the top pick. Now here's Victor flying to America earlier today. Just imagine the leg room this dude needs. The teenager arrived at Newark Liberty International Airport outside of New York City, and he was greeted by a lot of fans. He signed his name on basketballs and Spurs jerseys. Check it out. Good.
Victor, did you expect all this?
I don't know. I didn't know what flight I was on. But, you know, it's fun. Seeing that you can have such impact on people.
All right, the Spurs have 3 picks in this year's draft, the first overall, and then 2 picks in the second round at 33 and 44. The Spurs could use one of those second rounders or both to make some moves. But Spurs fans are super excited, of course, for that first pick because the silver and black will most likely select Victor Wembanyama. NBA great LeBron James called Wemby an alien because he's so tall, fluid, and graceful on the floor, and we've never really seen anything like him. This afternoon, we sat down with Spurs general manager Brian Wright to talk about the presumed number 1 draft pick.
You've never really seen anything like that before. Size, agility, mobility, poise, leadership, his command of a game. You know, forget the highlight plays, right? There's tons of highlight plays, whether it be a block or a tip dunk or a step back three, and all those are special. But it's the game within the game, the little things, the subtle things that you see, his attention to detail. And to be doing that so young in one of the best leagues in the world, it's just unique. And so it's definitely a once-in-a-generation type of player with that type of ability. And it's been fun to watch him grow and progress over the last few years.
Right, and the Spurs will get to watch Wemby grow up for years to come if they select him Thursday night. And today we Zoom with ESPN NBA draft analyst Jonathan Gavoni. He said Wemby's reaction to the Spurs winning the draft lottery said everything about his happiness because of the Spurs' French connection with Tony Parker and their history of drafting international players. So we asked Jonathan what makes Wemby so good, the player that every NBA team wants.
It's the intersection of size at 7'5", length, the 8-foot wingspan, mobility, skill, feel for the game, instincts on both ends of the floor, competitiveness, just all those things. I mean, we've just never seen that in a package from a player this age, 19 years old. I think you can think about, like a Kevin Durant type player on offense, a Kevin Garnett type player on defense, but 5 inches taller than both of those guys.
Robin Roberts went one-on-one with Wemby in France, and her story is scheduled to air Wednesday morning at 7 on Good Morning America. So here's our NBA draft coverage. Wednesday, our live reports begin from Brooklyn at 5 p.m. Then on Thursday, we'll air extended draft night coverage at 5, 6, 6:30, and the Nightbeat. Plus, you can watch the NBA draft Thursday night live here on KSAT 12. All right, any arm is a good arm for TCU baseball after the break.
Abel's 1-2. Struck him out! TCU survives.
TCU edged Virginia 4-3 yesterday at the College World Series. Now they're going to face Oral Roberts tomorrow in another win-or-go-home ball game, so it's all arms on deck for TCU.
You're going to need some guys to be able to come in and throw some quality innings that haven't pitched in a little bit. Staying in the winner's bracket the last couple of weeks, some of those guys haven't got a ton of reps in game, but their number's going to be called.
TCU and Oral Roberts will play at 1 p.m. tomorrow. Loser goes home. In Major League Baseball today, the Mets hammered the Astros 11-1, and the Rangers beat the White Sox 5-2. And congratulations to the Alamo 13 Premier Volleyball team for winning the national championship Saturday in Minneapolis. They dominated the competition, and thank you to Mike Carter for the heads up.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Thanks, Larry.
Thank you, and we'll be right back after this.
All right, yes, we're reaching triple digits, but it's not too early to start thinking about the holidays. Lightscape coming back to the San Antonio Botanical Gardens for the third year in a row. Tickets now on sale.
Beautiful. The popular holiday-themed light trail will be on display from November 11th through January 1st. Tickets start at $24. If you want more information, you could visit KSAT.com.
Maybe just thinking about that will get you
a little cooler.
Cool down
yes.
a little bit.
Yeah.
It works for like 2 seconds. Now.
Yeah. Are you going to show us some boiling mamatus?
Some boiling mamatus. Yeah, they're bubbling down.
Bubbling.
Mamatus.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah. Mamatus clouds again this evening. Not as spectacular as yesterday, but still good. And this is a nice shot from Woodlawn Lake Park.
Beautiful. Well, that does it for us. Have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow.
Good night.